An oath, I have an oath in heaven. Shall I lay perjury upon my soul? No, not for Venice.
Why, this bond is forfeit, and lawfully by this Jew may claim a pound of flesh, to be by him cut off, nearest the merchant's heart. Be merciful, take thrice thy money, bid me tear the bond.
When is it paid according to the tenor? It doth appear you are a worthy judge. You know the law. Your exposition hath been most sound. I charge you by the law, whereof you are a well-deserving pillar. Proceed to judgment. By my soul I swear there is no power in the tongue of man to alter me. I stay here on my bond. Most heartily I do beseech the court to give judgment.
Why then, thus it is. You must prepare your bosom for the night.
O noble judge, O excellent young man.
For the intent and purpose of the law hath full relation to the penalty, which here appeareth due upon thy bond.
'Tis very true, O wise and upright judge. How much more elder art thou than thy looks.
Therefore lay bare your bosom.
Aye, his breast, so it say the bond. Doth it not, noble judge? Nearest his heart, those are the very words.
It is so. Are there balances here to weigh the flesh?
I have them ready.
Have by some surgeon, Shylock, on your charge, to stop his wounds, lest he do bleed to death.
Is it so nominated in the bond?
It is not so expressed, but what of that? 'Twere good. You do so much for charity.
I cannot find it. 'Tis not in the bond.
You merchant, have you anything to say?
But little. I am armed and well prepared. Give me your hand, Bassanio. Fare you well. Grieve not that I am fallen to this for you, for herein fortune shows herself more kind than is her custom. It is still her use to let this wretched man outlive his wealth, to view with hollow eye and wrinkled brow an age of poverty, from which lingering penance of such misery doth she cut me off. Commend me to your honorable wife. Tell her the process of Antonio's end. Say how I loved you. Speak me fair in death, and when the tale is told, bid her be judge whether Bassanio had not once a love. Repent but you that you shall lose your friend, and he repents not that he pays your debt. For if the Jew do cut but deep enough, I'll pay it presently with all my heart.
Antonio, I am married to a wife which is as dear to me as life itself. But life itself, my wife, and all the world are not with me esteemed above thy life. I would lose all. I sacrificed them all to hear this devil deliver you. Your wife would give you little thanks for that, if she were by to hear you make the offer. I have a wife whom I protest I love. I would she were in heaven, so she could entreat some power to change this cherished Jew.
'Tis well you would offer it behind her back, the which would else make an unquiet house. These be the Christian husbands. I have a daughter. Would any of the stock of Barabbas have been her husband rather than a Christian? We trifle time. I pray thee, pursue the sentence.
A pound of that same merchant's flesh is thine. The court awards it, and the law doth give it.
Most rightful judge.
And you must cut this flesh from his breast. The law allows it, and the court awards it.
Most learned judge, a sentence. Come, prepare.
Tarry a little. There is something else. This bond doth give thee here not jot of blood. The words expressively are a pound of flesh. Take then thy bond, take thou thy pound of flesh, but in the cutting it, if thou dost shed one drop of Christian blood, thy lands and goods are, by the laws of Venice, confiscate into the state of Venice.
O upright judge, mark, Jew, O learned judge, is that the law?
Itself shall see the act. For as thou urgest justice, be assured, thou shalt have justice, more than thou desirest.
O learned judge, mark, Jew, a learned judge. I take this offer then, pay the bond price, and let the Christian go.
Here is the money. Soft, the Jew shall have all justice. Soft, no haste. He shall have nothing but the penalty.
O Jew, an upright judge, a learned judge.
Therefore prepare thee to cut off the flesh. Shed thou no blood, nor cut thou less nor more, but just a pound of flesh. If thou cuttest more or less than just a pound, be it but so much as makes it light or heavy in the substance, or the division of the 20th part of one poor scruple, nay, if the scale do turn but in the estimation of a hair, thou diest, and all thy goods are confiscated.
A second Daniel, a Daniel Jew, now infidel, I have you on the hip.
Why dost the Jew pause? Take thy fortitude.
Give me my principal and let me go.
I have it ready for thee, here it is. He hath refused it in open court. He shall have merely justice and his bond.
A Daniel, still I say, a second Daniel. I thank thee, Jew, for teaching me that word. Shall I not have verily my principal?
Thou shalt have nothing but the forfeiture, to be so taken at thy peril, Jew.
Why, then the devil gave him good of it. I'll stay no longer questioned.
Tarry, Jew. The law hath yet another hold on you. It is enacted in the laws of Venice, if it be proven against an alien that by direct or indirect attempt he seeks the life of any citizen, the party against the which he doth contrive shall seize 1/2 of his goods, the other half comes to the privy coffer of the state, and the offender's life lies in the mercy of the Duke only, against all other voices, in which predicament, I say, thou standest, for it appears by manifest proceeding that indirectly and directly too thou hast contrived against the very life of the defendant, and thou hast incurred the danger formed by me rehearsed. Down therefore and beg mercy of the Duke.
Beg that you mayest have leave to hang thyself, and yet, thy wealth being forfeit to the state, thou hast not left the value of a cord. Therefore thou must be hanged at the state's charge.
That thou shalt see the difference of our spirits, I pardon thee thy life before thou ask it. For half thy wealth is Antonio's, the other half comes to the general state, which humbleness may drive unto a fine. Aye, for the state, not for Antonio.
Nay, take my life and all, pardon not that. You take my house when you do take the prop that doth sustain my house. You take my life when you do take the means whereby I live.
What mercy can you render him, Antonio?
A halter gratis, nothing else for God's sake. So please my lord the Duke and all the court to quit the fine for 1/2 his goods. I am content, so he will let me have the other half in use to render it, upon his death, unto the gentleman that lately stole his daughter. 2 things provided more, that, for this favor, he presently become a Christian. The other, that he do record a gift, here in the court, of all he dies possessed unto his son Lorenzo and his daughter.
He shall do this, or else I do recant the pardon that I late pronounced here. Art thou consented, Jew? What dost thou say?
I am Bernie.
Oy vey! Oy vey! And all the goyim say I'm pretty fly for a rabbi.
Whom I protest I love. I would she were in heaven, so she could entreat some power.
My lord, Bellario greets your grace, presenting a letter.
Why, me esteemed above thy life. I would lose all, I sacrifice them all here to this. What, is Antonio here?
No, that's wrong button.
Our search is conduct to this place. Meantime, the court shall hear Bellario's letter.
God damn it. Cut.